Hello everyone, welcome to Augment Tech. In this session, we will be learning about Python Matplotlib subplot. By the end of this session, you should be able to understand how to display multiple plots, the subplot function, subplot title, and super title. I'm excited to get started. I hope the same from you. Let's get started with display multiple plots. So with the subplot function, you can draw multiple plots in one figure. So here we can import matplotlib.pyplot as plt, numpy as np, and here we'll be creating two plots. For the plot 1, we create an x array and y array, and then we make use of the plt.subplot function that takes two arguments, 1, 2, and 1 in first plot, and in the second plot it takes 1, 2, and 2. So here the third argument is the number of the plot. And there we go, this is how the output looks like. So this is for the first plot, this is for the second plot. For the first plot, on x you have 0 and on y you have 3. So this is the point. 1 to 8, this is 1 to 8, this is 2 to 1, this is 2 to 1, and then this is 3 to 10, 3 to 10. And here in the second plot, you have 0 to 10, 0 to 10, and 1 to 20, somewhere around here, 2 to 30, and then 3 to 40. Now let's see what is this subplot function. So the subplot function takes three arguments that describes the layout of the figure. The layout is organized in rows and columns. So the first argument it takes is rows, the second is column, and the third is the number of the plot. So here it is represented by first and second argument. First argument being the row, second argument being the columns. And the third argument represents the index of the current plot. So this is the syntax plt.subplot. When we say 1, 2, 1, this figure this figure will have one row, two columns, and this plot is the first plot. So here the third argument 1 says that it is the first plot, whereas in plt.subplot 1, 2, 2, this figure has one row, two columns, and this plot is the second plot. So third argument here is basically denoting the plot number, because we are going to create multiple plots. Now let's see what is a stacked subplot. So if you want a figure with two rows and a column, meaning the two plots will be displayed on top of each other instead of side by side. Alright, so here what we do is we create x array, y array, and then to the subplot we pass the number of rows, columns, and then we number the plot. So here 2 rows, 1 column, and first plot. And there we go. You see, this is how the output should look like. Now the plots are not displayed side by side. Instead, they are stacked on top of each other. And the second plot is having 2 rows, 1 column, and again 2 is the number of the plot here. So there we go. You see, the plots are now in the form of 2 rows. Earlier it was displaying side by side, meaning it was 1 row but 2 columns, but now here it is 2 rows and 1 single column. Now let's see what is the subplot title. So you can add a title to each plot with the title function. You can specify the title of the subplot. So for example, to the first plot, we create x and y arrays and we pass the number of rows and columns and the plot number to our subplot function. And then we can also specify the title. Let's say the plot 1 is having title sales. And then for plot 2, again, we have x and y arrays, subplot, 1 row, 2 columns, and plot number 2. And then we can specify some title like income to the second subplot. And there we go. This is how the output looks like. So here you see this is 1 row and 2 columns. So this is 1 row and 2 columns. This is plot 1 and this is plot 2. Now what exactly super title is? So you can add a super title to entire figure with the subtitle function. So we can actually name our entire plot in the canvas. Like for example, here I can plot 1 and then I can specify x and y arrays, specify the subplot function by specifying rows, columns, and the plot number, and then the title of this particular plot. The sales title here is the title of the plot 1, whereas income title is the title of the plot 2, and the entire plot or the entire graph can be named as something like my shop using the subtitle. And there we go, here is the subtitle, and this is title for my first subplot, and this is title for my second subplot. Again, you see here we have one row and two columns. So that's why we have 1 and 1 here, 2 and 2 here. This is plot 1 and this is plot 2. Now let's hop to Jupyter Notebook and check out the example of matplotlib subplot. I'll see you there. Now here I'm on my Jupyter Notebook. Under the matplotlib folder, I'm going to create a new Python notebook, and let's name this as matplotlib subplot. Let me name this as matplotlib subplot. Here I say matplotlib subplot, and let me specify the heading as matplotlib subplot. Now let's see how to display multiple plots. So I'm gonna write down a markdown here. Let's say display multiple plots. Here I say with a subplot function, you can draw multiple plots in one figure. Alright, so here I'll first import numpy as np because we will be creating the points using numpy array. Import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and then I'll be creating two plots here, plot 1 and plot 2. Let's say we first creating plot 1, and it has 2 points x and y. X equals np dot array, and then 0 1 2 3, y equals np dot array. Let's say 3 8 1 10 are the points. Now here I'll be making use of the subplot function. So here I say plt dot subplot, to which I'll be passing like number of rows, columns, and the plot number. So here I say 1, 2, 1. So here I'll write a comment saying 1 row, 2 columns, and then plot number 1. And then I say plt dot plot x, y. So this is my plot 1. So I'll be creating another plot now. Let's say plot 2, x equals np dot array. Let's say the value of x are 0 1 2 3. Points of x are 1 2 3. np dot array. Points of y are 10 20 30 and 40. So here I say plt dot subplot. Again, I'm going to pass number of rows, columns, and the plot number. So here it is 1 row, 2 columns, and then plot number 2. And then here I say plt dot plot x, y. Now let's run and check. And there we go. This is how the output looks like. So here we have two plots. So this is my plot 1, this is my plot 2. You can see one row, two columns. This is plot 1, this is plot 2. And the points in plot 1 and plot 2 for x are 0, 1, 2 and 3. So this is 0 to 3, and this is I think 1 to 8 for the plot 1. Yep, 0, 3, 0 to 3, 1 to 8, 2 to 1, and then 3 to 10. So 2 on x, 1 on y, 3 on x, 10 on 10. This is for plot 1. And then we have 0 to 10, 1 to 2, 1 to 20, 3 to 30, and 0 to 10, 1 to 20, 2 to 30, and 3 to 40 for my subplot 2. So this is how you can display multiple plots. Now, what if I want the plots to be stacked on top of each other instead of displaying side by side? Meaning, I want the plots to be two rows and one column. So how do I do that? So here I'll say x equals np dot array. I'm just gonna create the x and y points for plot 1 and plot 2. So here I say for plot 1, values are 0, 1, 2, 3 for x and y equals np dot array. And the values here are 3, 8, 1, 10. And then I say plt dot subplot. So this subplot, I actually want to specify the number of rows, columns, and the plot number. So here I say rows are 2, column is 1, and plot number is 1. So here I'll be saying rows, 2 rows, 1 column, and then plot number 1. And then plt dot plot. I can plot x and y points now. So this is for my plot 1, and then for plot 2, I can say x equals np dot array, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, y equals np dot array. Let's say the points are 10, 20, 30, and 40. Plt dot subplot, to which I can again pass 2 rows, 1 column, and plot number 2. So here I say 2 rows, 1 column, and plot number 1. And then plt dot plot of x comma y. This should be plot. Alright, so now let's run and check. And there we go. Here is the output. So you can see the two plots are now stacked on top of each other instead of displaying side by side, because here we have specified 2 rows. So you can see this is my row 1, this is my row 2, and 1 column. This is my plot 1 and this is my plot 2. So we can draw as many points we want. For example, in this next example, let's say I want to draw 6 plots. Let's see how to do that. Here I say draw 6 plots, and then let me first import numpy and pandas. You don't have to do this again and again. Pandas as pd, and then for plot 1, let's x equals np dot array, pass the values 0, 1, 2, 3, y equals np dot array. So here I say 3, 8, 1, and 10 other points, and then plt dot subplot, and then plt dot plot. I'm supposed to plot x and y. Let's say here I want 2 rows, 3 columns, and this is plot 1. Similarly, I'm going to say x equals np dot array. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and then y equals np dot array. Let's say the points are 10, 20, 30, and 40. And then plt dot a subplot 2, 3, 2. And then plt dot plot x, y. So here I created 2 plots. And then I'm supposed to create 4 more. So here I say x equals np dot array. And then the points are x equals np dot array 0, 1, 2, and 3, y equals np dot should be array. And here it's 10, 20, 30, and 40. And now again I have to do plt dot subplot. Okay, so this was my plot 1, plot 2. Again here I say 2 rows, 3 columns, and this is my plot 3. Then x equals np dot array 0, 1, 2, and 3, y equals np dot array, or let me keep this as 3, 8, 1, 10. We'll be keeping points alternatively. Here I'll be using 10, 20, 30, and 40. And then plt dot subplot, let's say 2, 3, 4. So here I created till 4 plots. 2 more to go, x, y. And then plt dot plot x, y. And then x equals np dot array 0, 1, 2, 3. This is my plot number 5. Y equals np dot array. Here I again say 3, 8, 1, and 10. plt dot subplot 2, 3, 5. That is plot number 5. plt dot plot x, y. And last one to go, np dot array 0, 1, 2, 3, np dot array. Let's say it is 10, 20, 30, and 40. plt dot subplot 2, 3, 6. That is the sixth plot, and then x, y. I can simply go and write the comment as this is plot 6, this is plot 5, so this is plot 4, this is plot 3, this is plot 2, and this is plot 1. So you can identify the plot number by looking at the subplot function last argument. So let's quickly run this and check. There we go. This is how the output looks like. So here I have 6 plots in total. There are 2 rows, 3 columns, right? And this is my plot 1, plot 2, plot 3, plot 4, plot 5, and plot 6. So this is how you can plot as many number of plots, or you can draw as many number of plots you want in one single canvas. Now let's see how we can give the title to our subplots. So here I'm gonna say subplot title. Again, I'm gonna create 2 plots. Zero, 1, 2, 3, y equals np dot array, and then 3, 8, 1, and 10. and then plt dot, I can do subplot. Let's say this is one row, two columns, and plot number one, plt dot plot of x comma y. Then I can specify the title plt dot title. Let's say it is sales. So this is my plot one. So here I'm gonna say this is my plot one, having one row, two columns, one row, two columns, and plot one. That is plot number one. Similarly, plot two, x equals np dot array, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, y equals np dot array, and then 10, 20, 30, and 40. Then say plt dot subplot. Again, it is one row, two columns, and plot number two this time. So here it is one row, two column, and this is plot two. Plt dot plot of x comma y, and then plt dot title is, let's say, income. Let's run and check, and there we go. You see, our subplots are now given the titles. The first plot is titled as sales, and the second plot is titled as income. So we can specify the title using plt dot title function. And again, here we have one row, two columns. This is plot one and this is plot two. Now we also have something as a super title. So here I'm gonna say super title. Super title is, we can specify the title for our entire plot that holds multiple plots or multiple subplots. So here again, I'm going to create two plots, x equals np dot array, and then 0, 1, 2, 3, y equals np dot array. You can take any points you want. Here I say 2, 1, 7, 10, and then plt dot subplot. Here again, let's say it is two rows, one column, or let me say one column, two rows, and this is plot number one. Plt dot plot x comma y, and I'm gonna give the title also, plt dot title. Let's say it is sales, and then plot two, x equals np dot array, 0, 1, 2, 3, y equals np dot array, let's say 10, 20, 30, and 40 are the points. Here I do plt dot subplot 1, 2, 2, that is one row, two columns, and plot number two, plt dot plot of x comma y, and then plt dot, let's say title here is income, and then here I can do plt dot subtitle, that is super title, to be something like inventory, and then I can say plt dot, or let's just run and check, and there we go. You see, the title of our subplots are sales and income, whereas the title of entire plot our entire graph as inventory that is specified using super title, that is SUP title. Now this was about the matplotlib subplots. So here we have seen how to display multiple plots in one canvas, specifying the rows and columns and the plot number argument to the subplot function. We can also uh, display the plots that are stacked on top of each other by specifying a row number, column number, and then the plot number. And we can draw as many number of plots as we want in one single canvas, and we can specify the title to our subplots as well as the title to our entire plot using subtitle function. So now that's all for this session. Hope you enjoyed this session. We'll see you in the next.